you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear in the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barrett and Sue. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up on the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US, and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up on the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. PPP will take care of you from erection to resurrection. A quick one for you. And the last time I said that, somebody came up to me and said, man, you little bias. Erection is a man thing. What happened to the women? So I got a woman thing for you. And hear me, from the moment she slime up till you get caught up, we gonna take care of you. Thank you. Thank you.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su? My relationship?
London, make some noise!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
London, make some noise!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
London, make some noise!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, this is the elite team, the root team. Yeah, this is the elite team, the root team.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Y'all should have known that I would have been coming on right after that song. Hey, good night. It's Thursday. It's the 13th day of November. It's almost the end of the year. That's it. It's done with. It's gone. Bye bye. Well, other people might be saying bye bye too, but the year we're talking about, it's November, and it's bye bye to 2025. 2025 has been a good. It's been a balance. It depends on how you look at it, right? It depends on how you look at it. And in Guyana, I don't know how much the folks there, the ordinary folks, that is. How they can say it's a good year. It's been a good year for some people who billion oil, billion barrels of oil, billions of dollars, all of the contracts they've been getting. Now, I was made to understand, I should have been showing you guys the evidence, that this is what the PPP has done. They're broke right now. The people's money. They're broke, and so they don't know how to go to parliament, as Tanti Marl would say, parliament. That guy has a problem pronouncing words, right? Jogdale, who we are told, mind you, other than the fact that he cannot pronounce words properly, parliament, toilet, I don't know. Something is wrong with him. Something is wrong. We already know that, right? But, is he in the hospital? Is he... is he taking treatment for? I don't know, and I'm not here to talk about people's health issues. And no, but he's a public figure, so to speak. He's a quote unquote, even through fraudulent means, elected official, and they're spending your tax dollars. So if any one of the politicians, if they have a hard boil on the right, or anywhere underneath the armpit or whatever, it is your taxpayers' dollars that is taking to squeeze it out, whatever it is. Just like what we saw, there was a minister of Amerindian Affairs. Then they've changed that now to Ministry of Indigenous Affairs, right? But it used to be Ministry of Amerindian Affairs, and there was, and come a little closer for those of you who are now getting into the Guyana politics. But I have noticed that those who are now into the Guyana politics are the most aggressive. Right? Oh, they're the most aggressive from afar. But that's good though. I don't want anybody's bum start raising. But come a little closer. I want to talk to you. I really, really want to talk to you. Right? Good. Do you know that there was Pauline Sokai? She was the Minister of Amerindian Affairs. According to the folks out in places like Madhya and other places, they seem to think that she is a notorious drunkard. A drunkard. Now, I'm not saying that she is. It could very well be that people just talking for talk's sake. The woman probably likes your little tooks. Sometimes maybe she take a little too much tooks, with the bottle. It take the bottle and just lean it and just gobble down. Now, I don't know Pauline Sokai personally. I don't know whether Pauline Sokai is a drunkard or not. I honestly don't know. Somebody says she gambles a lot. No, she's a public figure. She's a minister, at least she was. I think she's now an advisor to the Minister of Indigenous Affairs. I think so. But even when she was in that ministry, we were entitled to talk about her, right? We were entitled to talk about these ministers because they're your servants. They're working for you, the taxpayers. Politicians, elected officials, work for the people. It's not the other way around. They are employed by the people. And you have a right to criticize them. So how can you take them people money and go and gamble it out? at the casinos and all these things. You could understand little bingo and things like what people like Francine Cruz do. Go bingo, pick up and gun, right? But what folks like Francine Cruz and others, we're going to get to Francine Cruz because she may get the donkey tonight for a particular reason. But let me say this to you guys, that the minister then, Pauline Sukai, took your taxpayers' dollars. She got into government with rotten teeth. She didn't even get no teeth. All of the back here get cobweb. Her mouth, that is. Cobweb here, cobweb there, wood ants here, ants nest there, and all sorts of things. And so when she got into office, y'all had to fix the taxpayers of Guyana had to fix your mouth. And she didn't go by the bridge, the harbor bridge, to Dusha Bridge. Because you guys know by the harbor bridge, they get somebody that's take a whole heap of thing and knocking thing in your mouth and fix your bridge, fix the crossway, and fix whatever else, right? So Pauline Sukai didn't go there. She did not go there at all. She went and she spent over $6,000, your tax-paying money, to fix your teeth. It twist up. Your teeth, that is. Twist up. One go so, some go so, some go so. That's why she called Pauline, a.k.a. Fix Your Teeth Sukai. Your tax dollars. And when she get caught, guess what? She get caught with your bridge down. And that is what these people do. They get into office. They get into office to fix the thing. Sorry, Anil. Anil also got into office to fix his thing because something wasn't working, politically speaking, that is. And he also went and he put his hand in the cookie jar and whatever, artificial and all sorts of things. Well, that was the past, right? That was the past. Poor Anil. Try a thing, right? With taxpayers' money. And then he said publicly that I repaid the money. So he repaid the money. All of them get into office to look good. They fix themselves, their white mouth. Some of them go in office with white mouth. Jack Dale went in office with one nasty color-looking doctor that he walked all the way from Unity with slippers, with mud on his feet, coconut oil. On his way to Georgetown, he stopped at the cathedral because the cathedral for people like Jack Dale is like a gas station. You stop and fuel up. We'll take a quick break. Sorry about that. We got to talk some more. We just had to take a quick break after that to fuel up. Oh, sorry about that. And so the point is, these guys were nothing. They were absolutely nothing. They were like freeloaders. Eat cockabelly fish and stretch it with sorwa. Stretch it with langwater curry. Stretch it with dal. But they had to stretch the dal too. And that is what these guys have done. They got into office. They got into power. And mind you, nothing wrong with cockabelly fish, Nothing wrong with that at all, right? So don't get me wrong. But these Pakus like Jack Day and them, let me touch on Jack Day first. Let me touch on he. He got into government to enrich himself, his close family members. Remember when he got into office, he took his nephew-in-law, Robert Passad, and he put Robert. First, Robert was Robert. I need some water, please. Where's my daughter? Rob. We'll take a quick break. Sorry, guys. Rob. We'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. So Robert Passad, that's exactly what I wanted to say. I just had to get a quick sip of water. And thank you also, Robert Passad. His nephew-in-law gave a position. He was press secretary, press officer, whatever it is, and then he moved on, and then he became a minister and all manner of things, and then he got a nice house in Pradoville. So that's how these guys live. Robert Passad used to distribute letter. He was the messenger for Cheddy Jagan. Oh yeah, Robert Passad was the messenger for Cheddy. And somebody said, when Cheddy used to give him the mails to go and knock and give out and distribute the mails, Robert Passad used to dump the mails in garbage and all kind. That's what they used to say, right? But how many of you know that the current minister of housing is Robert Passad's brother? How many of you know that who is the current minister of housing? Let me see if you guys know what's going on in Guyana. But the current minister of housing is Robert Passad's brother from quarantine between Epsom and Blackbush Pole and so forth. Because there's where Robert Passad from. So his brother, Robert Passad's brother, is the minister of housing. Janet, I want to hear about half. This is not half show. This is not half time. Is he brother? Is his brother. That is what it is. We want to hear about half. If you want to hear about half, go around by the country. So half. Where's Janet, man? Where's the donkey? We giving Janet the donkey to... No, we can't do her that. So, yes, it's his brother. Colin. So, I have a cousin named Colleen, but her name is spelled Colleen. This Colleen is Colin, right? Oh, yeah. Colin Crowell is Robert Passad's brother. Enough I didn't know that. Enough I didn't know that, right? Well, according to that other minister that he took over from, would say, well, if you didn't know, well, now you know, right? That Colin Crowell, Colin. Let's take a break. Sorry. Colin, I'm getting mixed up with the words between Colin and Colleen. Let's take a break. It's Colin Crow, sorry. So Colin Crow is the brother of Robert Passad, and Robert Passad is the nephew-in-law of Barrett Jack Deal. And that's it. That's how it goes, right? But if you didn't know, well, now you know, right? Well, now you know. Now let's talk about, we're going to get back to some of these other things that I want to talk about. But some of the things that's bothering all of you, I suppose, is Scatterfoot Keisha. Now let's talk about Scatterfoot Keisha. Scatterfoot Keisha seems to have a lot of sore punchy head. Scatterfoot Keisha is this guy, whatever his name is, some Lorimer or whatever. Scatterfoot Keisha was accused of fraud. Scatterfoot Keisha was arrested. Scatterfoot Keisha was charged. Scatterfoot Keisha went to court. The court found Scatterfoot Keisha guilty of fraud. The court sentenced Scatterfoot Keisha to 9 months imprisonment. Sorry, I say pregnancy because it might very well happen when he gets there. But Scatterfoot Keisha has been convicted, and the corrupt government of Guyana cannot find Scatterfoot Keisha to send this convict to prison to serve his time. But the PPP, Jack Dale and all these other people, they know who commit crime and who in commit crime. And Jack Dale is talking about law and order. That's all they're talking about, law and order. Well, look, Jack Dale, if you are serious, you and Infant, if you guys are serious about law and order, then y'all will go to Linden at Mary's bottom house in that little room where Scatterfoot Keisha is hiding out. Go and get Scatterfoot Keisha, arrest Scatterfoot Keisha, and send him to jail. But Jack Dare, they don't want to do it because Scatterfoot Keisha helped them out a little bit. And that's what's going on. But Jack Dare, when these vagabonds, these Nimakaran, you know, I'm getting in that mood, right? The Nimakaran, Chamar, Katahar, Kori, all of them at Freedom House. They're not going to go and look for Scatterfoot Keisha. And so Scatterfoot Keisha is on social media going on like a brazen woman, lifting up her skirt and whine like a boxing girl. Oh, she Tyra. That is what is going on in Guyana. It's a lawless country run by a bunch of lawless people. Now, Jack Dale should be ashamed of himself. Should be ashamed. Scatterfoot Keisha, moon a run till day a catch 'em, Scatterfoot Keisha, and moon a run till they catch 'em. Soon by soon. And so don't bother with these people. Don't bother with Sowry and others. Sowry is the Minister of Home Affairs, and they want to tell you guys, the ordinary citizens of Guyana, that they are serious about law and order. But yet, Scatterfoot Keisha is scattering her feet all over Linden, wetting up her feet all over Linden, and misbehaving. But Sowry and her government don't care about Scatterfoot Keisha, even though Scatterfoot Keisha has been convicted for fraud. Now, let me ask a question to the Commissioner of Police. Aren't you going to do anything, sir? And I repeat, aren't you going to do anything to ensure that Scatterfoot Keisha is arrested and sent to jail? So that bicycle. Oops, sorry, I'm on air. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be a little more professional, right? As it goes. But they're not going to. They're not going to do what is right. Scatterfoot Keisha needs to go in jail and lie down in hammock with Baba. That's all. Or Diraj. Anyways. What else is happening in your neck of the wood, guys? What else? Somebody tell me what else is happening in your neck of the woods, right? Yeah. They're only focusing on people they don't like, people who they have personal war with, and whatever else. And we see that. But let's get back to this gas station explosion. Have you noticed that the bride, have you noticed that the bride of Chucky, yes, I'm going to say it here tonight, the bride of Chucky is silent? Look at her. This is the real bride of Chucky. The bride of Chucky is silent. Look at him. The bride of Chucky right there is silent. Because when they had that, I know I caught you guys there with the Bride of Chucky stuff, right? But this is the real, look, the Bride of Chucky right there, the Bride of Chucky, right there, right? You know, they got a song say, where Oscar bite you? Right there. Well, look, the Bride of Chucky right there. The Bride of Chucky is suddenly quiet quiet about the gas station explosion. Y'all know why the Bride of Chucky is quiet about the gas station explosion? Because the original plan was to pin it on the Mohammeds. Everything the Bride of Chucky wants to pin on the Mohammed. Every single thing. Every single thing the Bride of Chucky wants to pin on the Mohammeds. If somebody busts a load on Regent Street right now, you know what I mean by that. If you're from they're going to say it's the everything. And look, y'all know how I feel about the Mohammeds and their charges and their indictments and so forth. If they do the crime, well, they got to do the time. That's all. But don't come to brainwash people, right? Like what the Bride of Chucky did. The Bride of Chucky came and tried to divert attention to make you guys feel as though there was some sort of big terrorist plot and all sorts of things. But what the Bride of Chucky isn't telling you guys, that it is one of their own who caused that explosion at the gas station. But they may want to tell you guys that. And so the Bride of Chucky, gone in a corner, bumps raised, and all manner of things. All manner of things. Talking about 120 million pump station money. And that's all the Bride of Chucky could talk about, Money. Before, the Bride of Chucky used to sell sweetie and cigarette on Rob Street. And then somebody gave the Bride of Chucky a little break. And so the Bride of Chucky used to pump air in tires. The Bride of Chucky used to blow air in tires. So now that the police got a wind as to what the real situation about that gas station is, and you don't hear from the Bride of Chucky. The Bride of Chucky don't say nothing no more. Then Abbott and Costello, these two jokers, don't say anything any longer. There is no press conference. There's nothing, absolutely nothing going on. Them in saying nothing. It's like it never happened. They just charge those individuals, and some of those folks are innocent. We all know it, but they just want to dig the charges on the individuals. But they're not going after the mastermind. They know who the mastermind is. Now, I don't want to show you guys back these sanctions, these guys who were recently sanctioned. It is said that one of them, the allegation is that one of these guys, and now I'm not here to call any names because it's just an allegation. So I'm not going to stress on people's names to let you guys know who one of these 5 guys, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of them, 5 of them have been, the police said they caught the other one, the Colombian. But one of them is said to be the owner of the gas station. Now, I am not going to let you guys know who it is, but you guys will soon or hopefully find out who it is. Now, it's not Mark Cromwell. I don't know. Known as Demon. I don't know. But here is the question I'm going to ask you guys. Randolph Duncan, well, I'm not even sure whether he's in Guyana. Probably went away somewhere to Saudi Arabia or some Spanish-speaking country. I don't know. Him not saw there's somewhere peeping with Freedom House helping him. Paul Darby. I don't know. Is it Paul Darby who either owned the gas station, Paul Darby Jr., either owns the gas station or used to own the gas station, or maybe he doesn't own the gas station? We were hearing little whispers about that. But I'm not here to call names. The police are the ones who have to come out to talk about the investigation. And they have to say whether it is true that Paul Darby Jr. or someone connected to them owns that gas station. I don't know. I'm asking a question. And if so, is that the reason why Is that the reason why the police covering up this thing? And is that the reason why the bride of Chucky went so quiet? This is the bride of Chucky. This is the real bride of Chucky. Somebody tag Sherrod Duncan and tell Sherrod that this is the real bride of Chucky. Look, look. Looky there, looky there. Hold him, don't make him get away. The real bride of Chucky. Now there's a competition to see who is the real bride of Chucky. There is a competition. Sorry about that, guys. If you're now joining us, my name is Mark Benchap, and welcome to Straight Up. And so I just wanted you to know that the police, they're covering things up. Lots and lots of things they're covering up. They don't want you to know because they're diverting attention. That's what they do. They're diverting attention from the real issues and the real culprits. That's what they're doing. Speaking of culprits, here is Anil Nandalal and Mr. Sandy. Mr. Sandy, I have a question for you. And he's the senior marshal guy. You know, Anil is always in photographs with him. And as soon as this marshal, soon as Sandy goes to Guyana, Anil has him in his office. They're taking pictures. Now, when senior law enforcement officials are investigating matters and they are in the country to talk about security matters, to talk about suspects, why is it that Anil always insists on taking photographs with these guys? He does that all the time. What is the reason for this photograph and other photographs that he took with these guys? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And so this guy there that handed Anil that Marshall kind of souvenir, badge, a souvenir. I'm wondering if Sandy trusts Anil. We know Sandy has Guyanese connection and so forth, right? His dad, and I believe, is it his dad? His dad was from Guyana. And so I don't know if Anil Nandalal attempted to play the little nice card, the little race card, and these. I don't know. And so Sandy is the guy that, met with Anil and whatever it is. It's none of my business, but you guys are hearing some of the things. And not so long ago, this same Anil Nandalal said to the nation that last week there will be more. This is what Anil said, I am not the one. This was last week. This is a new week coming to an end tomorrow. This is Friday. But last week, Anil said more extradition requests expected next week. That was last week. Not a word back from Anil about the more extradition requests. Whether he received the extradition request for, who is it? Hemnat? Anil has to answer these questions. This is the guy, Hemnat. Did he receive extradition request? Sorry, I sung there for a moment like Irfan Ali. So my apologies, guys. So Hemnat saw the question, and this is what Anil has to answer. Has he received extradition requests for Hemnat saw? Yes or no, Anil? It's a yes or no. And the press in Guyana, the reporters in Guyana, journalists, they still have a couple of good ones, right? Yeah. So that's the question they should ask Anil this. Anil is quick to respond to questions these days as it pertains to extradition and so forth. But he's quiet on the new list. And therefore, I want to ask this question. Has he received extradition requests for Hemnat Saw, that police officer who was sanctioned by the U.S. as a drug trafficker, a cocaine trafficker, it is said that the DEA and others got solid evidence, because a lot of these guys don't know when they're doing their dirty business, based on the allegations, mind you. They don't know, as they would say from Belladrum or Well Dad, they don't know who is who. Or as my friend Hollingsworth Clinton would say, who is who. And so they really don't know who is who when they're doing all these so-called big business. They don't know who is who. Who is who? Some of these guys have been caught red-handed and they don't know who is who. So Hemnat, and this is a question for Anil Nendelal. Do you have extradition requests for Hemnat Saw? Do you have an extradition request for Randolph Duncan? Do you have extradition request for Paul Darby Jr.? And do you have extradition request for Mark Cromwell, also known as Demon, who might be in certain, well, forget about Suriname. I don't know where he's going to run to or where they're going to run to. Some of them may already be out, have already skipped the country. Some of them probably done in some Spanish speaking. I don't know. But Anil needs to answer these questions. But is he going to answer it? No. He's going to beat around the bush, go here, go. Oh, no. When it comes to Demon, Mark Rommel, there he is, next to. Do you know that guy that he is next to there? Okay. Do you guys know who is standing next to? That is the Minister of Sports and Culture. So you see how these guys operate, right? They all see how they operate. And I suspect that that's not the only one that Ramson Jr. likes to hang around these guys who are on extradition list, you know. He likes to hang around individuals who are wanted by U.S. law enforcement agencies. I don't know what the U.S. or what's going. I don't know, but Ramson Jr., I don't know. I don't want to get involved with anything. I just don't know. I know. That's all. Ramson got to know. I don't know if the U.S. authority is going to question him again or whether they've ever questioned him, whether on his way back he's going to be questioned in the. I don't know. All I'm saying, I don't know. Let's move on. I don't know. And when I say I don't know, I really mean it. Let's move on, but I need a sip. I don't know. I just don't know. But let's head back over here. How many of you guys forgot? Have you guys forgotten about this here? We got to remind you guys, you know. Forget about Jack Day when talking about Guyana is like a little the Escobar type of stuff going. All of those things happen as a result of Barrett Jack Day. Barrett is probably Escobar, the Escobar in Guyana. And so, but we'll get back to that. But there's something else I want to talk. This matter is done with, right? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about it. It's done with. Take a listen.
No, you want to. You want to I don't put the fucking enemy.
That's done. He's done. No justice. Nobody's challenging the charge. In fact, the charge should have been challenged. Take it to the High Court and have the DPP show some sort of what justification that or what evidence they may have had in their possession that make them believe that the only charge that they can come back with is a a charge of manslaughter? The DPP chambers should have been challenged. Someone should have taken the DPP chambers to court, to the High Court, to challenge the charge of manslaughter and force the DPP to testify and give the reason why it was a manslaughter charge and not a charge of murder. Now, I'm just saying it. Maybe we should ask, oh no, he's drinking soup now. When was the last time you guys saw this guy in the comment section? Like the soup that he's drinking, like the people give him spoiled soup. Spoiled soup. So, but we need to find out what's going on with all of these things. They cannot be shoved under the rug just like that. Lots and lots of things are shoved under the rug, and there's no following up, none whatsoever. Now, Jack Dale was missing from his press conference today. Back to that. You remember we started. We were told that Jack Dale is not well. Jack Dale is not well. At least that's what we're told. And you can tell based on how Jack Dale acts. You know, like the thing is getting to him. The thing is eating him out. It's rotting out. And the tunnel vision is expanding. And so he's getting mad. Every single day, he's going crazy. You know, like they got a reggae song say, we can't take it no more. That is Jack Dale. Jack Dale can't take it no more. He can't take the pressure. This is not like the young days of Jack Dale when he didn't care about pressure. He just taking the pressure. But he got old now. He can't take the pressure. And so every little thing, he bumps Rays. He goes on his talk, Pat Thursday corner, and he spews out, cuss out, highs up his frack and whine like a, you know, I don't want to box some people to get vexed with me, but he whine was like a boxing. And that's what he does. Nothing that makes sense. He's a very vindictive individual, cruel individual, evil individual. And then he comes back and then he talks like, hi, Cheryl, how are you doing? Not too bad. And he talks as though, you know, he got icicle in his mouth. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Talk like he got icicle in his mouth. I really didn't mean that. This is television, so to speak. I'll be right back. Sorry, I don't know what happened tonight, but it is what it is, right? And so I just have to let you guys know the truth about what is happening in Guyana. 900, what is it? 900, what is it? Amount of barrels for oil per day. What's going to the people of Guyana? What is going? All of the schools should be computerized, from nursery all the way up to university. All of the schools should have free internet access, restricted internet access. From nursery school, all of them should have the smart blackboard. All of the schools. It shouldn't be any longer, what's your name? Like I visited a nursery school in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago. And I'm not knocking at the students in Guyana. The students, we have brilliant students in Guyana. Just imagine if the classrooms are properly equipped. And that when rain falls, they don't have to go underneath somewhere and hide because a set of rain coming down. A set of rain coming down. Priya and them never care. They never care about that. All they want to do, under the PPP schools get burned down and they're making a set of money to rebuild it. And that's how they make money. They are not concerned about the young people. So at this school in Pennsylvania, elementary school, as soon as I walked in the school, And I always talk about this situation, guys. I'm not putting Guyana down. I'm not going to do it. You guys know better than that, right? But as soon as I walked into that school in uh, Pennsylvania, a couple of the kids, a couple of Caucasian kids and some, African American kids, and what I mean by cock, white kids. They run up and say, "Hey, who are you? What's your name? My name is Jeffrey or whatever. My name is Josh. What is your name?" And the next week I visited a nursery school in Guyana. What I'm not going to say what transpired. What do you guys think transpired when I walked into that nursery school? Y'all tell me. I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all tell me what y'all think happened. I'm gonna look at your comments. I'm gonna play a quick song. I'm gonna look at your comments. I want y'all tell me what happened.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout, and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress, cause I done fed up.
All right, so here's what happened. The teachers call all the students. Y'all come. Stand up here. Yes. Y'all say good morning, Mr. Ben Sharp. And all of them together said, "Good morning, Mr. Ben Sharp." But before that, they had to get them out of underneath. We run here, run there. I'm not saying all the schools are like that. When I was in nursery school, man, back in my days, many years ago, none of y'all couldn't walk in nursery school. The first one could be out there is me. Seriously, at Ross Nursery School at Alnis Village. Ask anybody. That's when I start make my name. And that is when I knew that I was going to be as what I am. I knew it since that time. Anybody walked into nursery school, I'm the first one. "Good morning. What you bring for eat, Fabi?" Right. And so we got the money in Guyana, billions upon billions of dollars. And you just need to get away from the corrupt politicians, the thieving politicians, Jack Dale, Irfan. All of these guys are vagabonds. They should be nowhere close to the people's money, because they're taking the hand and they're pushing it in the pie. They're pushing it in the pie and they're pulling out your money and they're thieving your money and they're enriching themselves. They're buying properties in America. They might buy property in Canada. They might buy property all over. You'll be surprised at the amount of property them vagabonds own. They get bank account here, they get bank account there, they get bank account all in China, according to what we're hearing. They may even get an account at the cathedral, all over them depositing money and whatever else they're depositing. That is what they're doing. And these are not the kind of people that should have access to your money. They're wasting your oil wealth, the oil resources. There's no accountability. There is nothing. Just like Jack Day took $200 million and wasted it on that Skeldon sugar factory. I didn't know why he didn't take that $200 million and put it in his sugar factory. Sorry, I don't know what happened there for a moment. I just had to stop for a moment. $200 million. The Skeldon Sugar Estate factory, and nothing. Hundreds of millions of dollars on that fiber optic cable. Run through from Brazil border, go through all the way, pass over Linden. All that Linden-Suzdijk highway you see there, it busts up. Because Jack there busts up the stuff in order to take the cable and run it all the way down. So when you go into Linden and you see the place bust up, that is exactly what has happened. They have wasted your money, your taxpayers' dollars, hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars. You know where that money could have gone? You know what that money could have done for the people of Guyana? No, but they want thief. And then when they don't take the money and put it in the bank in China or wherever else, it gone in another bank. Where the money gone? Some so-called calypso. Where the money gone? All the money gone in the bank. Blah, blah, blah. That's what they do with your monies. Remember the hundreds of millions of dollars on the Amila Falls project? Failure. Every single thing Jack they touch, either spoil, either turn up, get rotten. It's a failure. He has the opposite of the Midas touch. And I really do mean it. Anything Jack Day touches gets rotten. Anything Jack Day touches becomes a failure. It becomes rotten. And you can't run a country like that. It can't get better. You're telling me billions upon billions of dollars. If you go into Line Part Secondary School, Skeldon, Line Part Secondary School, go at the nursery school, go at Wellington Park Primary, go at Eversham Primary, go at Kildonan Primary. Check the nursery schools out as well. Go at Magawan Nursery Primary. Go at Winifred Gaskin Memorial. All those schools are run down. Not just run down, and I'm just mentioning the quarantine. They probably don't even have proper labs. The teachers are not properly paid. All these things. But all Jack Day they want to do, give their friends and cronies millions of dollars per month in salaries. Duty-free concessions. Everything is concessions. They're getting free light. They're getting free phone bill. The phone bill is millions of dollars per month. Compliments of taxpayers of that country. But they're not concerned about the ordinary people. Go and check out my Curie school. Go and check out the nursery schools along New Amsterdam, the Quarantine, and so forth and so on. Go check them out. Check out Lower Quarantine Secondary. Check out Chandy Singh Secondary, Comprehensive, and so forth on the Quarantine. Check out Multi. Check out BHS in New Amsterdam. Check those schools out. Check the technical school out in Rose Hall. And we're just mentioning Borbies and the Quarantine and so forth. Nothing at all. But yet Guyana is supposed to be the little Dubai. The little Dubai of South America, right? The little Dubai. There's nothing there to show. There is no evidence to show. All they do, they talk. Well, some of them move from talking now to winding up and doing up themselves and fixing their phone. What they call this stuff? The filter. Because y'all know Priya doesn't look like that. You can't tell me that Priya face look smooth. It's filter. They filter the stuff and they go and they put on some music like, who's that girl? Who's that girl? And she walk in and, hi, let me tell you something. As minister, I love you with all my heart, right? Come, give me a hug. Minister, love you. TikTok done. That is what they do. They're messing with your emotions. There's no substance. There's nothing there. Because Priya Manikchan was a failure as Minister of Education. But for some reason now, she's going around pretending as though she's still the Minister of Education. I wonder how Parag feels about that now. Give Parag some breathing space. Let her be the goddamn minister that she is of Education, and you stick to public works. But you all over the place, all because, of course, Priya no longer looks like how she used to look. Now, I'm not knocking at people. I'm the last person to talk about that. But I am not knocking at people. How they look. But Priya no longer looks like our operator is wicked. Seriously. We'll take a quick break because I don't like So Priya no longer looks like this. And this is not laughing anybody at all. I'm not doing that. So please, don't get me wrong. So Priya nice up herself now. I ain't gonna lie. She slim dunk, right? She slim dunk. She slimmed down a lot. And so every minute now, she got a flaunt. Okay. Hi, I'm Priya. Hi, my gosh. Come give me a hug. And then the little girl said, me been see you, me been see your rally. You been go rally? Lusignan rally? Right? And so that is what being played off as politics. Meanwhile, they're thieving your money. Now, I'm not saying Priya is thieving your money, but the government is thieving your money. Speaking of schools, right? Any good government, they would have ensured that all the schools are computerized. From Skeldon and from, from Corriverton side, you could go over there to Oriala. All over Oriala. Take a walk at Oriala. If anybody from Oriala watching, good night to you. Take a walk over to Oriala and you'll see the conditions of the schools there. And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And then you computerize those schools from nursery to secondary, all across the quarantine. And then you stop at Tain Village, where they have a UG campus. Tain, they have a UG campus. Come on. Oops, guys. Okay. So guess what? We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. My name is Mark Benshop, and my boss, Emma Sophia Benshop, is here with me. And it is 3 minutes. This happens every night. Emma knows what time to. Right, Dwayne and others? I've got to go. Emma, say bye. I've got to go. Notice Emma's serious, right? But I've got to go. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Emma. Linden girl, we're out of here.
Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed
Big Bird Transportation Service, we specialize in safe, fast, and dependable delivery transportation for businesses and individuals. Whether you're sending a small package across town or need scheduled deliveries for your company, we're here to make sure your items arrive on time, every time. Our team is committed to providing efficient logistics solutions with a personal touch. With a fleet of well-maintained vehicles and experienced drivers, we handle every delivery with care, from pickup to drop-off. Why choose Big Bird? On-demand and scheduled deliveries. Local and regional coverage. Secure and professional handling. Customer-first service. Call us today at 929-329-9938 and let Big Bird take your deliveries to the next level.